Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to show you how to make a pattern for a seam form fitted dress. This pattern can also be used for sleepwear. So for this video you're going to need the lingerie block that I made in my last video, so I'll link this below. So if you haven't seen it, I recommend that you watch that first, just as some parts of this might look confusing. So to start, you're going to need to trace around your pattern, or you can continue to work from the pattern from the last video, which is exactly what I'm doing. So we're going to start on the back. So first we need to actually draw in the shape for the back of the dress. So I measured down from the green line, but this all depends completely on your pattern from the first video. So you can either measure down from the shoulder, or you can measure from the line that you drew over from the centre back to the armhole. So after choosing the top of the dress, you're going to mark this point on the centre back line, and then using a curved driller, you're going to join this point over to the underarm. And then you can just mark out the top half of the pattern because we won't be using it. So next you need to choose the length of the dress. I decided not to change my length because it was perfect, but if you want to go longer or shorter, you can. So now you need to mark in the notches at the darts because we're going to be separating these pieces later. So you're going to need the notches for when you're rejoining. So now we need to move on to the front pattern. So again, you need to decide the height and the shape of the top of the dress. So I decided to go with straight across centre front and then shape it down to the underarm. Again, you're going to mark out the top half of the pattern as you won't be needing it. So now we need to widen the dart by 1 centimetre at the new top of the dress. And then using a ruler, you're going to join that point down to the bottom of the dart. So like the back, you're going to need to add some notches to the darts as you're going to be separating the sections of the pattern later. So now go in with your scissors and you begin to cut out this pattern. So you're going to actually cut straight up through the pattern, removing the dart centres along the way. So mark in all your information for each pattern, as there are going to be 4 pieces in total when you're done. So on a new sheet, you're going to trace around each of the pattern pieces. I started with the back first. So when you're placing the pieces, just make sure that you leave some distance between them, as you're going to be extending the width of the hems in a few minutes. So at the centre back of the bodice, you're going to want to shape it, but you're going to want to do that no more than 0.5 centimetres with a curved driller. So at the panel seam, we're going to add 2 centimetres to the hem. I mark this with a point, and then using a ruler, you're going to join this point to the end of the dart in the centre of the pattern. So on the next pattern piece, we're going to shape both sides of the bodice. Again, you're going to do this no more than 0.5 centimetres. So this time at the hem, you're going to be adding 2 centimetres to the panel seam and then 3 centimetres to the side seam. So then go in with your ruler and just join these points up to the dart and to the bottom of the hip line. So now moving on to the front pattern, like the back, we simply traced out the pieces and kept a good distance between them. So on the body section, we're going to shape the side seam and the panel seam. Again, no more than 0.5 centimeters. So like the back, you're going to widen the hem by 2 centimeters on the panel seam and 3 centimeters on the side seam. So then using a ruler, you're going to join these points to the bottom of the dart and then up near the hip line. So on the center panel piece, you're going to actually shape the side seam just like you did before. So then on the hem, we're going to widen it by 2 centimeters on the panel seam and then join this point with the end of the dart. And that is the pattern complete. So all you need to do now is add seam allowance and then cut out the pieces. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button as it really helps support my channel. And don't forget to subscribe for weekly pattern videos. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.